Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXTCG, and I know a lot of you guys might be asking yourself, where has this guy been? And to better explain that, just in preparation for Dragon Ball Daima as well as Dragon Ball Sparking Zero to drop, and then me preparing my move from my temporary residence here to my permanent location later this month, I've been a little bit busy, and so I've used the kind of down lull time between set 3 and set 4 to really set up for that. So this video here, we're going to be going over the set 4 spoilers that we've seen so far, as well as their implications and where I think it's going to lead the design. And when it comes to speculation, I like to think I'm the best in the biz for this sort of kind of content. When you guys watch these Bandai card game videos, I feel like I'm pretty type nice at it. So let's hop into that. We're gonna set a like goal for over 100 likes on this video, so get it up there. And then if you'd like to see me with Dragon Ball content in general, just outside of the card game, go to Universe X, which will be in the description. That being said, let's hop into it. All right. So starting off first, we have got the, since we have the actual assets instead of the scans, I just wanted to recap the Gotenks and the Trunks that we saw in last time. You have this Gotenks, and basically what I was really trying to hone in on before is that since it has a permanent that requires you to have 10 or more cards in the drop, and then this gets plus 5k power, and then when you play it, you mill the top 2 cards of your deck. I was saying that this to me is a like high key flag that the blue leader is going to have some sort of drop based effects, or it's just going to be a self mill deck. That's just the kind of thing that it points to. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, it could just be this or that. But the SRs generally are synergistic with the leader, at least like 1 to 2 of them. Like even when we look last set, look at Red. Even though Topo doesn't necessarily interface with Jiren, Topo's draw 2 on KO is supposed to help offset the fact that the Jiren does not draw on his front side. The Jiren SR, or his backside, the Jiren SR is how the deck is supposed to be ran. And then on top of that, you have the Vegeta card, which while it doesn't look like it inherently does so, it becomes a 50k that can't be KO'd the following turn, allowing you to have a more sticky option to sit on the board in and you know, have Jiren not able to be double struck and stuff like that. So the fact that the SR itself is doing this and no other leader in blue would potentially gain anything from self-mill, I still think that blue has a self-mill effect. Now, going over to this Trunks is stupendous for the deck. You play him on turn 2 with the turn 2 with the energy marker, and your opponent has, not with the energy marker, but if you have the energy marker and you use 2 energy to play this guy, your opponent has 1 turn, a singular turn to remove Trunks from the board, and if you charge to 3 in the energy marker, play Super Saiyan 4 Goku, your opponent now has to remove Trunks before they can remove Super Saiyan Goku, or Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And that is disgusting. That is actually disgusting. And he's a self-awakener too? Nah, this is a powerful card and is like an instant 4-of in all of your black decks. Because, yeah, you can't sickle Trunks and SS4 off the board at the same time. You can't Zeno Trunks and SS4 off the board at the same time. The only good part is that it says your non-Trunks GT cards, which will allow you to sickle 2 of these off the board, so you can't stack them, but it is going to be a thing. Now, this next card here is a Great Priest. No, it's a 3 cost, 20k power, 10k combo power. On play, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and it gains minus 5k power for the turn for each of your battle cards with Angel and their special traits. There really aren't that many Angels. I think in just Red, we have 1-drop Whis from the starter deck, 1-drop Whis from the set, 1-drop Vados, and then we have 1-drop Margarita from set 3. So looking into it, it's like if you're going early game, yeah, on curve, on 3 energy, he can remove a 20k. If you're like, okay, I'm gonna play 1-drop Whis to on play minus this by 5k to get it out the way. Then on turn 2, you're like, okay, I'm gonna play 1-drop Whis and use it once per turn to minus this. And then on turn 3, you could tap 3 and play this Grand Priest minus something by 15 because you have 3 Angels, and then you could use the once per turn Whis to minus it by another 5k. And that's cute, but there's a lot of 1-drop destruction. That's kind of lolling. There's no way to search Angels. I just think that at this moment, it's kind of funky to think about this card being used synergistically, but we can always get more Angels, so you never know. And once we get more dual colors, like the first yellow-red deck, once we get dual colors, should be able to run things quite well because we have Whis from that color as well as this one. I think we even have a Whis in blue. I'm trying to think about it, but I know for a fact we have Whis in yellow too, so that could be something that we look at, you know. Now, moving on to the next one, we've got Arch Enemies Team Up, and this is really funny. You get the 1 cost extra, activate battle. If you have a Frieza battle card with Universe 7 and special traits, your Son Goku that's in battle gets plus 20k power for the battle. This is going to change Red a fair amount, because one, just off the rip, we have Vanillas that are Universe 7 Friezas. I think the prime candidate for this, we have a 1-drop. And yes, he can be removed very easily to cut this guy off, but we do have a 1-drop Frieza, and that 1-drop Frieza is very, very good to use, and he can swing for 20k just as a 1-drop. And then if your deck is if you're playing U7 Goku, he can do that too. And this card actually works very, very well for a lot of decks, because you could run this in pretty much every Goku that's been released, because most of their strategies will have some sort of Universe Tournament of Power, Universe 7 strategy, and you'll be able to work this well. Because we are getting Goku as the leader for Red, I mean, I think that's pretty much obvious. I was already thinking that there's no way that we get UI Goku as a leader. And the secret rare for one of the red secret rares, one of the secret rares for the set is not red. That's just dumb. And looking at this picture right here, I cannot not see red secret rare not being Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku or Goku and Frieza in the moment they take down Jiren. I think those are the only 2 options we can get for a secret rare for red. And then the other secret rare, I'm still high on it being blue or yellow. If we get an ultimate Gohan leader or a Vegito leader, I think it's just locked in that we have Vegito as a secret rare at this point. That's the only thing I think in blue. If not Vegito, I think Dark Horse, maybe Universal Spirit Bomb, well, not Universal Spirit Bomb Goku, but the Spirit Bomb Goku that killed off Kid Buu, but that would be a long shot. So, looking at this card though, the funny thing is, it says your Son Goku that's in battle gets plus 20k power, which means this can be your leader card. That doesn't have to be a battle card. So as long as you have a Frieza battle card, may it be the 1-drop, may it be the chunky vanilla from the starter if we want to do that, may it be like any Frieza, you will be able to protect yourself or press harder. And we thought Margarita was bad. This is an extra card version of Margarita, which makes it worse in the sense that it doesn't have any combo power in your hand. But in terms of this being used in defense, this is crazy too. With 1 energy up, your opponent definitely has to worry about your Frieza being on the board before they try to do meaningful damage to your leader, because this is essentially the swing of a super combo for 1 energy that can happen defensively or offensively, and that should not be ignored. This could be huge for a bunch of things. And then also, can you imagine if you play your secret rare, or not your secret rare, not the UI Goku from set 1, if you play your SR from the starter deck and you remove something, you get your swing in, you bring your opponent down to like 2, right? Could you imagine if they can't remove your Goku, you could do something as simple as attack one of their cards with your leader to draw a card, play a 1-drop Frieza, attack with your Goku, and then just spam as much energy as you have worth as much of these in your hand. And that Goku could easily, like just 2 of these, and your Goku's at, what? In most decks outside of U7Ku, that Goku's automatically at 75 before you start comboing on it. And you can throw in that Frieza later too to the combo after you've already used these. So this card I think has a lot of potential, and I really want to see the rest of this set because I like this a lot. Now, the next card we're going to go over to, sorry, I had a lot of words to say on that one, is this Son Goku. It's a 3-cost 20k, 5k combo power on play / when attacking. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, cost of 1 or less to place at the bottom of its owner's deck. Normally, I'm not a big fan of these, well, okay, time out. I'm not a big fan of his effect, but I am a big fan of on play when attacking, because those cards get double mileage. Look at 4-drop Goku, 4-drop SR Goku from set 2 in yellow. However, the thing about this one is it requires your opponent to have a card with 1 or less. This becomes a little sticky. It's also in the same slot as Vegito. Like if this was a 2-drop with less stats, or if this was a 4-drop, I probably wouldn't want to play it because it would need to probably stay bottom deck at 2 or less. But with it being a 3-cost, you can't play it and Vegito at the same time. We do have a similar effect on Daima Vegeta. the leader. He's going to be able to bottom deck a 1 cost or less. And so with that being said, maybe we kind of get a bunch of cards in that starter deck that can facilitate a card like this. So maybe that's where this is going. But as of now, you have to have a lot of work and setup outside of this card to make this card useful, and that's not cool. However, the last point I want to make about this is Goku holding the Kachin block. I'm just saying, I'm still hoping. I'm still hoping for my Ultimate Gohan leader. Next, we've got a Piccolo. This Piccolo is a 1-drop searcher. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck and reveal up to 1 Gotenks or extra and add it to your hand. Place them at the bottom of the owner's deck in a random order. This has given credence to a potential Gotenks leader, but like, oh no. Oh no! Like I said, I really want to go on leader, but I can't hate on. I cannot just look at a searcher specifically for Gotenks and be like, yeah, nah, I'm locked in. It's definitely Vegeta or it's definitely Gohan. This definitely sways opinion a little bit to potentially being Gotenks leader. However, this is also going to give us a little insight to the deck because we've only gotten 1 new Gotenks card. And if we're looking at the cards that involved, we have a few Gotenks cards, right? We have the 4-drop. We have this new 4-drop. We have the 3-drop that's only usable in Gogeta, or sorry, only usable in Vegeta. So I think that we're about to see more Gotenks cards. We might get the skinny version, the fat version. We might get some other cards for them outside of the vanilla and the 2 4-drops and the 3-drop for Vegeta that exist, because I'm sure they wouldn't make this card if those were the only cards that existed. We're not filling up our decks with all the copies of those cards, as far as I know. But yeah, so we're probably gonna see some more Gotenks, and I think that's pretty neat. And then this card is crazy. So it's a 3 cost, activate main, draw 2 cards, and then choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and it can attack during your opponent's next turn. 1, it is a 3 cost extra, so you have to be wary of that. But 2, the fact that this draws 2 cards is kind of insane. It's a +1, it's a true +1, and it's going to lock down an opponent's card. And depending on how that happens, we have a lot we can do here. Things that, you know, kind of stick in mind to me. You can lock down somebody's Bardock with this so it doesn't get any more mileage. You can lock down Broly 8s with this, and then once they drop their inevitable second Broly 8, if you can survive, you can Zeno next turn for 2 of them. There's a lot of good things you can do with Galactic Donut. Heck, you could Galactic Donut it 1 turn, and then Galactic Donut it again the next turn, and then like you're still speeding through your deck for fairly low cost. It doesn't get rid of the problem, but drawing 2 cards while being able to get the problem out of the way for a little bit is good. Just don't make the mistake of doing it on something like, I don't know, a Bardock SR from Black, because the 5-drop, because that they can still use the activate battle thing. They won't double strike you, but they can still use their activate battle effect combo on other things. So realistically, I think this card is really, really strong. I want to see what the rest of the archetype does, but yeah, this card is, I am liking it already. Now moving on to green. Green is disappointing outside the SR that we just saw. You really just got Chaozu. I mean, we have another card that's not Chaozu that actually isn't disappointing, so I don't even know why I said that. But this card is disappointing. It's 3 cost, 20k, 1,000 or 10,000 combo power. Win KO'd, draw 1 card. And I'm really hoping that we have some sort of self-KO engine in the deck, because this is not it. If we don't have any self-KO engine in the deck, this is not it whatsoever. We all know how Win KOs normally work. He's a 3-drop, so if you cheat it out with Future Gohan, he won't be able to be removed by effect, so you will likely actually get his Win KO draw 1 card. But yeah, I'm not really liking this right now, and I need to see more. But first, we are going to have a word from our sponsors, then we're going to dive right back in. Alright y'all, taking a quick moment to shout out the sponsors for this video. First up is Mystic TCG, a store based in Missouri that sells all sorts of TCG product, even more than what you see featured here on this page. They also buy singles, collections, and prize cards, so make sure you actually catch them out in their store in Missouri at an event, or even on their Facebook, just to be able to see the events here, but also ask them what they're up to and what they're looking for in terms of vending. You can also use the code UNIXTCG to get discounts off your pre-orders as well as orders, so make sure you get your TCG product while it's hot. Then you have Eclipse Cards and Hobby based out of Texas, and if that sounds familiar, they did sponsor me with a box of Fusion World Set 1. But as you can see on this page, there is a plethora of TCG products that they are actually having for sale at their establishment. You can also even buy things that aren't just TCG products. As you can see on the screen right here, they hold their own locals, they hold their own events, and they are going out to more and more events. You can actually check their Facebook to see their schedule, as well as call and ask about their vending list. And at the checkout for their website, you can use the code UNI10X to actually get percentages off your pre-orders or your orders. So go check it out as well. And we're always up to all sorts of things in Universe X. So you can go down the description and check the link tree to find out about my other channels, my Twitch, or any other avenues that I'm creating content on. But if you want to go the extra mile, you can always go down to any description on any video and find my Amazon affiliate links. These products here will differ from video to video to cater to the audience in question, but it's just very easy to see something that you may like or be interested in, open it up and choose the style and or color that'll work for you. All proceeds will give kickbacks to the channel, so it'll be some direct support, and I'll always appreciate the help from you guys. So with that being said, let's get back to the video. Yeah, sponsors are the best. And just to let you guys know, Mystic TCG has so much product to push. If you guys are looking to go on the online store, save a little bit due to their prices, as well as my code UNIXTCG at checkout. Check out their OPO 7 boxes, their OPO 8 boxes, as well as pre-orders for things like OPO 9, as well as Dragon Ball Fusion World Set 4. It is all on there, and like I said, you can get a little bit of a discount by using my code UNIXTCG. So back to the content. So the next card we have to go over is Son Gohan Youth, and this has a lot of people talking because of what it implies, but I think there's a deeper layer to it. 2 cost, 15k power, 10k combo power. Permanent, if you have a field card with full moon in its name in your battle area, this card gets 5,000 power. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Now a lot of people are like, ooh, what does this full moon field card do? I am wondering if green is going to revolve around multiple field cards. And hear me out, hear me out. Permanent, if you have a field with full moon in its card name. Now a lot of people are thinking, I think we're in the Sand Saga. A lot of people are thinking we are on Scouter Vegeta. And if there is a card with full moon in its name, I think it could be twofold, because we all know that Vegeta makes an artificial moon in his hand. So what if we have full moon and an artificial full moon? And then what if there are ways like maybe the card has something that happens to it when it's destroyed, KO'd, things like that. Well, not KO'd, but when it's destroyed. I think that would be really, really, really cool. But it's just that. If it was just a field card with full moon, I think it would specifically say that. But the fact that it says a field card with full moon in its name, I think that would be like Golden Frieza and Frieza. How, you know, Frieza is Frieza, but Golden Frieza still has Frieza in its name, so you can pick up a battle card with Frieza in its name. That's what I think this is. But yeah, that's just that. Other than that, it's a Self-Awakener for 2. Green is on a huge drought of that, and so having Self-Awakeners in green is nice. This could hint easily towards this deck being a load the ground green deck. We already have a 3-drop that swings for 50k on another battle card and then seems to go net even on energy. We now have this Gohan that awakens, helps you self-awaken. He's just a 2-drop. I really do think green might have its first early game leader. I'm just really hoping that it's moderated in a way that does not allow it to play a good early game, a transitioning mid game, and then a typical green late game, because that might be toxic. Then here we've got another green card. This is Self-Destructing Cyberman, and this pretty much confirming we're in the Sand Saga. 1 cost, activate main, KO one of your Cyberman battle cards, draw 2 cards. I really want to know what the Cybermen are going to do upon KO. Hopefully it's KO another card, so you can get like a big payoff, pay out the Cyberman. If it can survive, you draw 2, KO something, and that would be pretty cool. But otherwise, you're just getting an attack in if it has the stats to attack, which I'm sure it will, 15, 20 something, and then you can blow it up for 2 cards. I'm digging that. I'm digging that. Moving on to yellow, we have got Hercule, and this is just a 1 cost, draw 1 card, but the only time we've ever seen Hercule cook was when he was cooking for Majin Buu, so I really do think we are still locked into a Buu Saga leader, that being Buu, and if this is the case, I think at this point with this Hercule, we can either see like a Fat Buu who flips into Evil Buu or Super Buu, or we get a Super Buu. But like with this and then the next card we're gonna go over, it actually seems like Fat Buu into Super Buu or Evil Buu may be more likely, because we actually have like these points where Buu was seen as like a character, not just a big bad. So moving on to the next card that kind of not solidifies but reinforces this for me, we've got B. And B, this card is overall bad, but it's a 1-cost 5k attack, 5k combo power blocker that just says when KO, choose up to one of your battle cards with Majin and special traits, gains plus 5k power for the turn. So there's definitely going to be more Majin battle cards. So maybe this is a Fat Boo, Super Boo, and then we can see different Fat Boo cards, different Evil Boo cards, different Super Boo cards in the archetype. Either way, we're about to get a lot of battle cards that have Majin in them if this is the sort of effect we're going to be having. But this card in general, just kind of low impact, maybe good for sealed, not much else. I am really, though, digging the fact that we're going to get a Boo leader, it seems. And then we are now finally on Black. Black has a couple things to say about it. We have got Pan GT, and this card is actually really insane. They have a knack for making these ridiculous 1-drops, but on play, it's a 1-cost 10k combo power, or 10k power, 10k combo power card. On play, choose up to one of your Son Goku GTs, and it gains plus 5k power for the turn. Then, if you have an energy marker, that card gains 5k power for the turn. So the crazy part about this is, once again, we are seeing Son Goku GT card, not a battle card. So this can boost your leader. And I know that Bardock is able to see an additional card, you know what I mean? Bardock is able to see the top of your deck and decide whether it stays or doesn't. You can combo. But this Pan, I'm not saying this Pan invalidates Bardock because Bardock does it for free, but for 1 energy, your leader can be a 30k leader. That's almost Vegeta status. And if you use Hercule to get Pan back and you play Pan and then you have that, you could easily combo and make your leader a 40k. Mind you, you still have the energy marker to do what you please, like, I don't know, boosting a Super Saiyan 4 Goku that can't be removed off the board because you have a Trunks on board, and then having him swing for 45 after you swing with your leader for 40. Like, it's actually insane if you think about it. You could have 5 energy on the board and be like, okay, I'm going to Pan, and then Pan is going to, it's like Pan is going to give my leader 5k, then another 5k. I'll attack with my leader, putting the Pan on there, so 40k. Then I'll swing with my Super Saiyan, or I'll activate my leader's effect to boost Super Saiyan 4 Goku with the energy marker, and then I'll attack with him, get the energy marker back. 45k. That's some pretty tall swings, and this card is going to make Super Saiyan 4 Goku a much more viable deck. There's a lot that this card does, but we have more. We have more, because the next card can also be boosted by this card, and that is scary. So this next card is actually another Son Goku GT, and this card straight up says permanent if your leader is Son Goku GT, and this card, then this card has 4,500 power, 45k power more. Yeah, I guess, yeah, 45k, 4,500. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry guys, I'm tripping over myself. If you have 45,000 power or more, this card gains double strike. So basically, you play this for 4, you use your energy marker with Son Goku leader, you make this a 45k, he automatically has double strike, making him 10,000 stronger than most double strikers, and he costs the same energy. What's more, he also has combo power. What's beyond that? You could play your Pan and give him an extra 10k before you actually use your effect. Like, play out this guy for 4, use your 5th energy to play Pan. Pan gives him plus 5k, then 5k because you have an energy marker. Burn the energy marker with your leader, putting up this guy up to 55k. Then attack, combo the Pan. He's base 65,000, bro. Like, what is that? I'm pretty sure that's the math, right? 10k from the Pan, so he's at 40. Another 15k is at 55. You combo with the Pan, yeah, base 65 before you put anything else on him, and then he goes down to 45. During your opponent's turn, which is still kind of big to swing over. 4 costs is going to make him removable by blue very easily, but red should not be able to remove him very easily. Black, so far, does not touch him. This is a very, 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 very strong card. And the combo power makes it all the stronger. So I definitely feel like this is, we're gonna start seeing a lot more Son Goku GT. And so far, we haven't seen anything about the new archetype. That's the craziest part. We've seen a Trunks that is just synergistic with Black as a whole because the SCR is just goated. And then we've seen 2 cards that both support Goku GT. So they're being a little tight-lipped about what Black is going to bring us in terms of spoilers. But I think we've seen enough GT to know that, like, we are probably staying in GT. Whether that it looks like an Omega, whether that looks like a baby, I think we're staying in GT. Unless they're just going to flood us with Super Saiyan 4 Goku support and then randomly just hit us with some Daima stuff, seeing as we have the Daima starter decks. But yeah. So yeah, when it comes down to it, I think it's pretty interesting. We already know that UI Goku is about to be the leader for red. And we're starting to see how some of this is going. It seems like there's going to be a good Frieza card, maybe a Frieza SR, maybe Goku and Frieza as the SCR, something. But we're going to get some Frieza cards because it looks like they're going to be really, really compounding on Frieza and Goku teaming up with that extra card, if there's anything to say about that. We've seen from the Topo that we're probably going to get some Universe 11 support too with the Pride Trooper, so I'm excited about that as well. When it comes to blue, still up in the air. I think it literally could be like Gotenks, Gohan, or Vegito as the leader. We just have to see. Green, definitely leaning towards Sand Saga, so Scouter Vegeta, maybe a Nappa if we got like an off, like, you know, kind of off one if they wanted to kind of stray from the beaten path. And then some sort of Boo for black, and or for yellow, as well as a GT leader for black. I think it's interesting how secretive they're being. For black, we haven't seen any of the, even a hint for the theme really. And then for yellow, we haven't seen any of the core mechanics of yellow, just some generic yellow cards. So I'm hoping that changes soon. But we've got a lot to go through. I think set 4 is going to be spicy. We're already seeing some cards that immediately help the decks, like the Topo, the Trunks. I think those immediately help the decks that they were meant to come out for, and I just can't wait to see more of the set. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Join the Discord if you want to talk about all sorts of Dragon Ball stuff, the TCG, some other TCGs. I'm going to be starting the Gundam section there soon once we get more news for the game, and we're going to be having a great time here on Universe X. So thank you guys. I'll see you later, and if you want some Sparking Zero content, Daima content to come, Dokkan Legends, hop over to Universe X in the description and check out some of those videos there. Later.